What year did the AFL and NFL merge into one league, and why did they do it? Originally, it was the AFL and NFL, and the NFL started in August 20th, 1920. AFL started in 1959. So in 1966, the American Football League, or the AFL, and the National Football League, or the NFL, announced that they would merge into one league. They didn't actually go into one league until 1970, which is 4 years after when they announced they would. The AFL was the AFC when they merged, and the NFL was the NFC when they merged. So whose idea was it for these two rivals to go into one league? That's the question that we all want to know. But there's no evidence who had the idea. But probably it was just the league manager, and they just said that they need money and they wanted to start something big instead of two small businesses. What we do know is the conferences signed a contract for the merge, and it happened. All of these things bring up another question. What were the teams in the AFL and the NFL when they merged? Or what were they just before they merged? Well, the teams in the AFL were the Boston Patriots, the Buffalo Bills, the Dallas Texans, the Denver Broncos, the Houston Oilers, the Los Angeles Chargers, the New York Titans, and the Oakland Raiders. I also think that the Chiefs were in there too. And in all, there was 9 teams, and that's including the Chiefs. Teams that were in the NFL. Alright, guys, get ready. Akron Pros, the Brooklyn Lions, the Buffalo All-Americans, or the Bisons, the Rangers, the Canton Bulldogs, the Chicago Tigers, the Cincinnati Celts, the Cleveland Tigers, or the Indians, the Cleveland Indians, or the Bulldogs, the Columbus Panthers, or the Tigers, Dayton Trigals, Detroit Heralds, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Panthers, Detroit Wolverines, the Duluth Kellys Escomas, the Evansville Crimson Giants, the Frankford Yellow Jackets, the Hammond Pros, the Halford Blues, the Kansas City Blues / the Cowboys, the Kenosha Maroons, and the Los Angeles Buccaneers. Louisville Brickenings, aka the Brecks, the Louisville Cardinals, the Mansell's Tiger Yankees. I thought that was baseball.
Later.
Centers. Oh my gosh, guys, that was a lot. I don't know if those were all the teams, because I was trying to look up. I did as much research as I could. Yeah, and also, guys, you know how I said the Bulldogs for the Cleveland Browns? Maybe that's how they got their logo, you know. Now that we know all the teams, guys, that the AFL and the NFL had, which the AFL had way less than the NFL, let's be honest. Akron Pros, the Brooklyn Lions, the Buffalo All-Americans, or the Bisons. Which teams were in the NFL league, and which ones didn't make it? That's the question that comes up after we see these. We don't know a lot about this because a lot of those teams that I mentioned moved. Like, basically that... like that scenario, I'm going to say the Baltimore Colts moved to Indianapolis, and then from there, the Cleveland Browns went to Baltimore, named the Baltimore Ravens. Then the Cleveland Browns got their own team. That's one of the scenarios that happened. But as we know, there are 16 teams in the AFC, 16 teams in the NFC, and there are 4 divisions in both the AFC and NFC. I think some of these teams, some of the teams that moved conferences are the Seahawks, the Steelers, the Baltimore Colts, which are the Indianapolis Colts, as we know now, and the Cleveland Browns, which I don't know which kind of Cleveland Brown, because there was a lot of Cleveland Browns. And as you know, the Ravens turned, yeah, like that whole story I just told you guys. Some of the teams that do not exist anymore. One more time, guys. One more breath. The Akron Pros, the Brooklyn Lions, the Buffalo All-Stars, the Canton Bulldogs, the Chicago Tigers, the Cincinnati Celts, the Cleveland Tigers, or the Indians, the Cleveland Indians, or the Bulldogs. And that is it. hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video. And if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below. And thanks for learning and watching the story of what year the AFL and the NFL merged and why.
Now to get the video over 10 minutes, roll the black screen. Subscribe! No. You think they're really gonna do that? No.
That's it, Brian?